Hello everyone. Today I'm going to walk through Module 20 in Problem Solving using C. Today I will be presenting Mastering C, Character Functions Explained, an essential topic for understanding how C program process and analyze text data. First we are going to understand character classifications. In many programs, especially those involving user input, files or communication systems, data is handled character by character. Character functions provide built-in tools that allow programmers to analyze, validate, and transform characters efficiently. These functions play a crucial role in areas such as input validation, compilers, text editors, password checking systems, and data parsing applications. By the end of this presentation, you will understand how these functions work and why they are fundamental in real-world C programming. All functions discussed today belong to the ctype.h library in C. This header file provides a collection of predefined functions used for character classifications and manipulations. Instead of manually comparing ASCII values, programmers can simply call these functions to determine whether a character is a letter, digit, whitespace, punctuation symbol, or control character. Each function follows a simple rule. It returns a non-zero value when the condition is true, and it returns 0 when the condition is false. And the important technical detail is that these functions accept an integer argument representing an unsigned character value, or EOF, which stands for end of file. This design ensures safe operation even when characters are read from files or streams, preventing undefined behavior caused by invalid character values. Now we are going to see about alphanumeric and alphabetical checks. Let us begin with functions used to identify letters and numbers. The first function is ALNUM. This function checks whether a character is alphanumeric, meaning it is either alphabetical letter or numerical digit. Let's see an examples. Is ALNUM of A returns true because A is a alphabetical letter. Is ALS returns true because it is a alphabetical character. Is AL5 returns true because it is an integer. Is AL dollar symbol returns false because the symbols like dollar, hash always returns false because they don't come under alphabetical letter or numerical digit. This function is extremely useful when validating usernames, product codes, or identifiers where only letters and numbers are allowed. Next we have is alpha of C. It's going to check if C is an alphabetical character or not. That is a letter or not. This function is_alpha accepts both uppercase letters as well as lowercase letters, but rejects digits and symbols. These checks are commonly used in compilers and text editors to identify valid variable names. Let's see an examples. Is alpha of B is going to return true because B is an alphabet. Is alpha of 7 returns false because 7 is not an alphabet whereas 7 is a digit. Is alpha of asterisk returns false because asterisk is a special character. Next we are going to move to numeric character validation. The first function is digit. isDigit function verifies whether a character is a decimal digit letter between 0 to 9. So isDigit of 9 is going to return true because 9 is a digit. IsDigit of 0 returns true because 0 is a digit. IsDigit of Z returns false because Z is a alphabet. IsDigit of hash is going to return false because hash is a symbol. So this function isDigit verifies whether a character is a decimal digit between 0 and 9. This is especially useful when converting user input into numeric values because it ensures that only valid digits are processed. Always, whenever we are going to have 9 or 0, it's going to return true, while in the example as we have seen, 9 and 0 are going to return true, and Z then a hash is going to return false. Another important function is isXdigit. isXdigit is used to check for hexadecimal digits. Hexadecimal digits are 0, 9, A, B, C, D, E, and F. Hexadecimal digits include 0 to 9 and letters A to F in both uppercase and lowercase. This function is commonly used in applications such as memory addressing, color code validation, in graphics, and low-level system programming. So these functions are particularly useful when parsing numeric input or validating hexadecimal color codes. Next, to the next slide. Now we examine function related to character case and spacing. The first function is isLower. IsLower function checks whether a character is a lowercase letters. IsLower of small case x is going to return true, and IsLower of uppercase x is going to return false. The next function is isUpper. IsUpper function checks for uppercase letters. IsUpper of uppercase y is going to return true, and IsUpper of lowercase y is going to return false. These are useful when formatting text or enforcing rules such as password requirements. The next function is isSpace. Checks if C is a whitespace character like space, tab, new line, etc. Here we have some examples. isSpace of space is going to return true. isSpace of slash is going to return true. isSpace of character A is going to return false. So white space detection is handled by isSpace, which identifies characters like spaces, tabs, and new line characters, carry returns, and vertical tabs. A related function is called isBlank. It's going to check only for spaces and tabs. IsBlank of slash t is going to return true, whereas isBlank of slash v is going to return false. These functions are particularly useful when cleaning input data, removing extra spaces, or parsing formatted text files. Next, we are going to talk about printable and control characters. The first function is isPrintC. Checks if C is printable character including space. The next function is isGraphic of C. Checks if C is printable character except space. The next function is isCNT control of C. Checks if C is a control character, non-printable or non-white space. We have provided some examples. So isPrint of space is going to return true. IsPrint of any space is going to return false over here. So isControl of slash b is going to return true, whereas isControl of a is going to return false. So these functions are useful when analyzing sentences or validating special characters in passwords. So the first function, isPrintable function, determines whether a character can be displayed on the screen including space, whereas isGraph function is similar but excludes spaces, meaning it checks only visible characters. Finally, isControl identifies control characters such as newline, backspace, or tab. These characters are not displays but control formatting or cursor movement. So this is all about printable and control character checks. Now we are going to talk about punctuation checks. The function is punct of C is going to check if C is a punctuation character, any printable character that is neither alphanumeric or space. This includes symbols like commas, periods, exclamatory marks, and special characters. So in other words, the isPunct function checks punctuation characters such as commas, periods, exclamatory marks, and special symbols. It returns true only for printable characters that are not letters, digits, or white space. Here we have provided some examples. Is punctuation of comma is going to return true. Is punctuation of question mark is going to return true. Is punctuation of hash is going to return true. Is punctuation of 5 is going to return false because 5 is a digit. Is punctuation of A is going to return false because A is a alphabet. And is punctuation of space is also going to return false because space is a special character. So this function is invaluable for text analysis, password validation, and parsing structured data formats. And this is all about the punctuation checks. Now we are going to talk about the character conversion functions. Character functions allows us to modify characters. These functions change the case of a letter, the return the converted character if successful, or the original character if no conversion is needed or possible. So first we are going to see toLower function. The toLower function converts uppercase letters into lowercase. For example, the capital B is going to become small b, capital X is small x is going to be small x only because conversion is not possible, and capital S is going to become small s. The next is similarly toUpper function converts lower letters into uppercase. For example, toUpper of small b is going to convert it to small capital B. toUpper of capital X is going to be capital X only because already it is in uppercase. toUpper of capital S is going to be capital S only because it is in the uppercase only. And moreover, here we have one more example. toUpper of 5. 5 is a digit, but it is going to read as character and it will be only 5. If conversion, and moreover, when we have noticed that if the conversion is not possible, the original character is returned. Here 5 is for 5 the conversion is not possible, so it's going to return the original character only. So these functions are extremely useful for case insensitive comparisons such as searching text without worrying about letter case differences. Now we are going to see an example, a practical application, input validation. So let us examine a practical application. In this example, a program validates a username using isALNum function. The program checks each character one by one inside a loop. If any character is not alphanumeric, the username is marked invalid. For example, user123 is valid because it contains only letters and digits. Because user123 is only containing letters and numbers, it is going to consider as valid. Whereas user at the rate 123 is going to mark it as invalid because we have a special character as at the rate. This approach improves data integrity and helps prevent invalid or unsafe input, which is an important concept in secure programming. So now what are the summary points in it? First, all classification functions return non-zero for true and zero for false, making them ideal for conditional statements. The second, input validation, essential for validating user input, ensuring data integrity and safety and security in your application. Character functions simplify input validation and data cleaning tasks. And third one is they form foundation of text processing operations such as parsing, formatting, and analyzing data. Finally, since they belong to the standard C type.h library, they are portable and available across all C compilers. So these are the summary points in this presentation. The first one is consistent return types, input validation, text processing, standard library. In conclusion, character functions in C provide a simple yet powerful mechanism for analyzing and manipulating text at a character level. Thank you.